It was a good day, Tiffany and Felicia. Today, the Dow opened up more than 1,600 points in the early hours of trading and finished up nearly 3%. Let's take a quick look at the numbers for you, if we could. Dow Jones finishing up about 835 points. NASDAQ down more than 180 points. We'll talk about that. S&P 500 up 41 points, a record. So let's look at possible reasons for this market jump. Joining me now, the managing director of Bell Rock Capital, the president of the Junior League of Boca Raton, Jackie Reeves. Jackie, thank you so much for joining us. Let's start.
Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. Listen, we knew Pfizer was due to make some kind of announcement soon where their study stands on this 2-injection vaccine. Why did Wall Street like this particular news so much today?
Sure. Thank you. So we believe they enjoyed it so much today primarily because it was just mentioned its efficacy. That 90% number was well above even what the experts were thinking some of the vaccines might come out with. 60% or greater, 50% or greater, like some other vaccines. But coming out of the gate with 90%, that's a game changer.
And there are a lot of worries about the politicization of a vaccine. That was in the run-up to the election. Pfizer obviously did not take the bait. They would have done this earlier. And in fact, they didn't take any money from Operation Warp Speed, the White House program. Does Wall Street care about that kind of thing? This money actually came, I believe, mostly from Germany for the research.
Well, it did come from the research, but an important point to mention is that they did receive money from Operation Warp Speed for the manufacturing and distribution, but not for the R&D. So two different components there. But the other thing I think that propelled this market further today was the fact that many companies over the last few weeks really had some fits and starts, some pauses, some delays. So this coming out now with that very strong efficacy had that two-pronged approach to positivity in our view.
And hopefully that raises the public faith in this. Now, what's the thinking behind stock futures rising sharply after Joe Biden was declared the projected winner of the presidential election over the weekend?
So a few things, not only that kind of determination in terms of the presidency, but also looking at the House as well as the Senate and the seats that are changing hands, so that going forward, the market does like when not one side is completely in control of the narrative and of regulation and of various things that might come down the pike that might be more polarizing. So the fact that you had that announcement along with, Todd, those other items in the House and the Senate provided the market with some balance. And they don't like some extremes, so they can have some confidence with what's going to happen in the future.
The market likes balance. I have one more question for you, and that is about, we saw some stocks were down today. The stay-at-home stocks like Netflix took a hit. Now, obviously, this has to do with the possibility that the vaccine works and a lot of people get it. But does it also portend that maybe we're going to see more fits and starts, more ups and downs as we go through this?
Without a doubt. So this was great news today. We have, gosh, half a dozen or so more companies coming out with hopefully additional vaccines before the end of the year. And as that rolls out, we'll have more and more doses. But to your point with which other stocks came into play today, we had very strong performance out of the energy sector and also the banks. So we had some rotation into some of the names that were underperforming the market year to date, with the expectation that as the economy continues to open, that will grow on the path that we had been seeing prior to COVID really taking the whole entire economy hostage for the last several months.
All right. Jackie Reeves, thank you so much. Pleasure to have you today.
Thank you for having me.